Little make another play. Little trade another day. Little trade another day. Little make another play. Win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm tryna buy up everything. Not gon' get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Don't be scared, G. Like paid in full, get your bread, B. Cold wallet full of crypto, yeah, Big Lebowski. Can't forget to tip the waitress. Fur and loathing in Las Vegas. Tupac told us about the changes. People hating on your greatness. Mansion looking hella spacious. Shoes, they ain't got no laces. This the Aquarius age. Life happen in different phases. Out with money, in with crypto, analog to digital. Could've been rich, but you was scared. What a imbecile. Say you want a miracle, but you bet the minimal. Should've bet it all. Hell no, not the unthinkable. Grow some balls if you got a pair. Man, I double dare you to put it all in the market. No sir, I'm not trying to scare you. Seeking and searching, I need some more money. AI is scary, make us look like dummies. Serious about profit, I need it, I'm hungry. My music all over, but I'm from the country. Bank account thicker than Manuka honey. Got multiple wallets, don't go in my pocket. Either's a favorite, but I don't discriminate. Scared to get money, get the hell up out my face. You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Win some, you lose some. Another play. Little trade another day. Little make another play. Win some, you lose some. Another play. Little trade another. Little trade another day. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some. But you little trade another day. Little make another play. Little trade another day.
Little trade another day. Little trade another play. What's going on, everyone? All right. All right, so welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So, we actually saw a CoffeeZilla video pop up on our feed, and I was like, oh, yes, this is exactly how I've been feeling. The same way as CoffeeZilla, and maybe some of you too. But we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about the gambling epidemic that is sweeping the nation. And it's very much a coordinated effort to get young people, to get people who are confused, to get people who don't know what the hell is going on with cryptocurrencies and our money system, to get them addicted to gambling, parlaying, giving yourself a freaking 50-50 shot at making money. And guys, this industry is so big, it's so powerful to the fact that they are sidelining millions of people to the biggest financial revolution that we've ever seen. Our system going on the blockchain. Now, I think this is a massive epidemic, and I think it also has to do and correlates with how people in the crypto space have been gambling with leverage trading. They're barely buying any assets. No one owns any Bitcoin. That's why everyone on crypto Twitter is freaking mad and calling for a bear market and no alt season, because they're all holding 99% alt, so their portfolio looks like shit. So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into how we're all being sidelined, we're all being gaslit, and we need to start to lock in and realize that this, it goes a lot deeper than you might think. So let's get this show started. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified, and this is where we are going to be demystifying the crypto space for everyone, so then you can stop calling it a scam and calling it a beanie baby, all the while you're sports betting on Hard Rock bets and buying your scratch off ticket. Let's start the show. All right, so what is going on? We wanted to give a shout out to Crown Chakra. Hopefully soon we will be actually collaborating with Mr. Crown Chakra, because I feel like if we got in the same room together, if we talked and did some music together, we would become best friends. It would just be like that moment in Step Brothers, did we just become best friends? Yep. And so yeah, that might actually happen. So hopefully we can basically put some heat out with Crown Chakra. But I love this song. If you're wondering what that song was, the intro song is called Scared Money 2, and it's just got the best verses to represent kind of how we feel. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything, and I'm not going to get upset. I'm just going to pull that trigger and let it bang. And then when I see a trade, I'm hopping in like an Uber to secure my future up early, just like an Uber, just like a rooster. So I love the lines are going to be forever stuck in my head. I love it. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen complements a trading view. Now I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy low and sell high. I love it. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into why sports betting is such a bad epidemic and is such a BS type of way to convince young people and all these people to, quote, oh, you're going to get rich by sport. Oh, really? What percentage in history ever has the ratio of gamblers been higher than the people that lose? It's never been like that, because when there's people gambling, there's called what is the house, okay? It's called the house. The house always wins, my friends. You know that term? It's called the house always wins. And why? It's because what the house does is they have a certain amount of money set aside to let people win. The people that have, quote, a skill or an edge or whatever, good luck. And then they win. And then they have this false reality of making you think you're genius, and that all of a sudden you have your edge, and that you know what you're talking about, and that you know how to pick, you know how to do all the stuff. You think you're better than the house. And then what happens? You think you're a genius, your emotions get all up. Same thing happens with leverage trading. You think you're a genius, and then the house wrecks you on your freaking head. The casinos do this. That's how they get you to come back. They let you win. They let you win. And then when you get that money, what do? They take it back, because they prey on the people that don't know how to leave and exit out and go, okay, okay, cool, I got lucky. They let me win. I'm out. And then you go. But no, we and all these people, and surely it's been shown now that how popular sports betting is. They've let some of these people win. They let them win. And then you're gonna get freaking rocked. You're gonna get destroyed. You're going to get destroyed. Okay, so we're gonna break down why it is so important to not get into this gambling mindset, because you're gonna lose. So we are going to demystify this. We're going to get you to start thinking, and also retail to. This is my mission. When I see people going and doing scratch off cards and all this stupid crap, it's like, the people that are playing the lotto, playing scratch offs, and sports betting, all they need to do is switch their mind. And if they're investing $1,000 a month on betting with very, very low odds, why can't they switch their mind into putting $1,000 into an investment account that compounds over time? And so this is the problem here. People are their perception of crypto, they think crypto is gambling. That's hilarious. That's the biggest comparison I've had, is that it's a scam, it's not real, and it's gambling. Which actually, if you start to think about crypto and how we think about it, how we think about bullish crypto, it's not gambling. You're acquiring networks. You're acquiring pieces of networks. That's how you have to think about it. And if you acquire the pieces in a share, and which is the supply of the token in a network that is going to have the most use case and people using it, whether it be the institutions, retail, dApps, whatever it is, that's where we need to be. Not sports betting, not giving our money away to all these people that will take it. We need to hold our assets. We can hold our own assets now, okay? That's the problem. You want to know why retail isn't in crypto? Because they don't know the difference between sports betting and buying a meme coin. You buy a meme coin on your phone, you own it. And you are only losing until you sell if you're at a loss. Which means then you start to hold it over time. Now what are you? Now you're an investor, just like the stock market. The only difference is that the time trajectory of what you're going to be holding it goes lower than that. Then now you're a trader, because then you're trying to play tops and bottoms. You're trying to play short-term mind frame stuff. So at what point are you going to decide what you're doing and how it's going to sustain your crypto journey over time, or your investment journey in general? It's not just about crypto. It's about preserving wealth. And what modality can we use to do that? We can use crypto, and we can acquire digital assets, and we can stop gambling, because there's a massive epidemic happening right now. And I will be one of the people to remind you of this, tell you that I got caught up in my own thing, not by sports gambling, but by leverage trading. Leverage trading works on those same emotions. And now we see that there is a massive coordinated effort to try and get all of CT and the people that are in the crypto bubble in our little kind of echo chamber here, is to get all of us on the perp dexes to hunt a 200x leverage. Yeah, that's real responsible. Instead of encouraging us that say, hey, these dexes, yeah, you should be able to buy spot too, right? But no, they give you the incentive to leverage trade. Oh, we'll give you points if you leverage trade. No, F you. Screw your points with your perps. I don't want them. I want my assets. I want my Pepe. I want my ticker Bitcoin. I want my Doge. I want my SHIB. I want my coins. You're not going to take my coins away from me. So this is how we need to have this attitude. These are our coins. Okay? Community. We vote with our money. And if you're voting to continue to perpetuate the leverage gambling and sports betting, you are not helping anything. You're only hurting other people, and you're not helping the actual continuation of the freaking What did Diamond Hands come from? It came from freaking holding. It came from believing in something. It came from people literally holding more than selling. And in any asset in the entire world, if you are buying it more than selling it more, the price goes up. Oh, wow. The price goes up because people are buying it more than selling? Who'd have freaking thought? But we can't get that. We can't even get back to the basics because you're freaking sports betting and you're betting everything. Everything's a bet. Why is everything a bet? So I'm 100% on the same damn like thing of this being a massive problem. And it's a coordinated effort, 100%. We're going to play a little clip of CoffeeZilla's video he just released exposing the gambling epidemic, and then how we're going to segue this into what do you do to unprogram this out of your brain. And if you've been on this, go find me an asset on a chain that is sustaining its price and not just dumping. It's not about that, headband. Things consolidate, things sell, things go into FUD. The S&P has done it a bunch of different times. And then what does it do? Sidelines all the people that can't hold for long enough because they're too damn scared. Every time they become a panicking, and then they don't realize that it's just a damn game of shaking out. And if you're willing to hold through the pain, and that's what I think we forget about Bitcoin, and how Bitcoin was the perfect example of an asset that had the meme community kind of vibes, startup vibes, the whole lore of you don't even know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. It had all of the recipe for it to be one of the most controversial instruments for code, for money, for cryptography, for all of that. That's why it's such a big conversation. That is why I still, in essence of how much I even still love altcoins, the whole thing that's getting this even to begin with is Bitcoin. That's why ticker Bitcoin is also my favorite meme coin, ironically, because it kind of envelops that spirit of what started it to begin with. What started it to begin with? You have to believe in something, and you have to hold through the damn pain and through all of this volatility. People that believed in Amazon early on, I wonder who held Amazon stock from the early 2000s all the way up until like Amazon takeover, because that is a perfect example of a 20-year outlook on retiring, like actually retiring. Like imagine DCAing Amazon for 20 years. And you got good at it. And instead of your edge being trying to like trade it and time tops and selling the tops and buying and always trying to do that, you just bought at every fear point, at every point where people said, "Oh, it's over, we're screwed," and you just bought when everyone was freaking out. Oh, legend! You are a legend, because then that proved that you saw the more zoomed out perspective of what's happening with our money system, where the capital even flows to be able to beat the inevitable inflation and debasement of the currency. They've known this for years. It's not like it's a new thing. That's why the stock market goes up. That's why we have a stock market, and that's why we even have the modality to be able to put into investments and have these basically trading paper stocks, you know? Now we're on the blockchain. So you have to think about crypto, and like how it had been mentioned, oh, give me an asset that's not dumping right now. I don't care. I'm buying and I'm holding. I'm buying and I'm holding, and I'm not going to get convinced just because it looks bad right now. I need to start gambling so I can make it back. That's such a like so low energy and not having faith at all in crypto. Like, no one has faith in crypto right now. Like, everyone is so bearish and everyone is so just out of their mind right now, bearish. And you gotta believe, you have to have faith. We have a problem in crypto of not believing in the industry that we even are here fighting for. Like, people are just falling to the wayside and are not even bullish crypto. They think it's just, they keep thinking that it's just this, I don't know. It's really interesting how people's perceptions are getting cooked right now. But I think it's because of the gambling epidemic. Like, we've been convinced that we need to gamble instead of considering crypto the best asymmetric upside asset to hold for the next 20 years. I feel like this. This is why I'm so bullish. I have completely had a breakthrough because I tested everything. I've made accounts go from $100 to 10K. I have round tripped freaking tons of stuff and not taking profits when I thought I could. But at the end of the day, I've done so many freaking things, ridiculous things. And it's taught me to be very, very, very patient. And that crypto right now, because of the nature of it being such a disruptor in tech, in finance, it's such a disruptor that we're going to have growing pains and people that are basically going to be the squeaky wheel, the die off, and you just have to ignore the noise. And all those same people will be the same people that are sports betting, gambling, not really trying to invest very much. They don't look at the same stuff that we're looking at. They don't look at everything that we do every single day. That's our edge, is that we pay attention to everything. And what our edge is that we are connecting the dots. We're connecting the dots on why we're going to have stable coins in every single state. We think that's going to be the modality of universal basic income through the Stablecoin Act and the Genius and Clarity Act. We think that the Bitcoin standard is going to happen through gold being sold at all-time highs. And then we are going to sell our gold that somehow everyone thinks we don't have gold. I think that's hilarious also too. Where people are gambling addicts, they don't think the US has gold, and that we're not going to try and be the actual digital leader of the blockchain here. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You have been convinced to be literally a bear, a freaking massive bear in the most bullish period. You should be bullish. So my goal is to stop selling you a bag of lies, which I don't think I ever really did, but I feel like I have a responsibility of someone who comes on here, and I have an audience, I have people that are watching me, and hopefully it will be more. And luckily, they get to me first before they get to other channels that are going to try and show them entries and outtries and all this stuff about leverage trading and then how to set up an exchange and go and no, you don't have to do no, stop. I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, you could take your debit card and ACH bank transfer, and you can just do stuff and buy stuff on chain directly onto your wallet on a wallet. And then start swapping. You can start experimenting, buying stuff, okay? And you own it. Oh, seed phrase? Yeah, write it down. Know that that's your password. No one even talks about that anymore. They're all like, get my link, start trading or whatever. Like, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm freaking tired of it because it's all dopamine BS, and I'm not going to do that. Like, it's like that's why do you think Crypto Face has those people that come in on his live stream when because they want the dopamine hits because they want to be trading like that. But the difference is that Crypto Face has millions of dollars that he can lose that trade. He can lose all of that money that's in that account that he has on that screen right now, and it wouldn't faze him at all. He would act emotional and he would be like, oh, you know, I got cooked, man. But really, he's chilling with Chelino with this freaking Rari. He's got plenty of money. But then the pencil necks that are trying to follow his trades with $1,000 in their account, they lose that $1,000. That's the only $1,000 they have. Instead of encouraging them, hey, you probably should just take that $1,000 and DCA into a portfolio and then continue to compound that the next time. But instead, 90% of the people that are watching these traders online are losing that money and then having to start from zero. I think that's irresponsible. I realize it as I'm doing it, and then I think back and I'm like, yeah, that's irresponsible. How are we going to get people in retail and crypto to buy crypto if we're going to immediately, when we get them in, we're going to lead them to the damn slaughter and show them exactly why they are probably right about what they're saying about crypto being a scam? Why the hell would I do that? So if you're wondering why I'm switching, I'm switching the game here, is because I know, and I instinctually, intuitively know what retail actually needs. Not more gambling. They need to think that crypto is an investment. That's the whole thing that the industry right now is getting wrong. They need to convince retail that it is something that is, you can see it and hold it. You actually have more power over this than you do the cash in your bank. But we keep showing them the wrong things. So this is what is important right now, okay? This is what's important. Stop being bearish. Stop trying to make everything a bet and a gamble, and let's start looking at this industry as this is it. This is the new industry. And we're all here, and now we're at the most bullish time where it's actually starting to morph and fuse and do all the things that we wanted it to, and now we're the most bearish we have ever been. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. So let's watch this little clip of CoffeeZilla talking about this epidemic. We're just gonna play about just like the first. We're just gonna play like the first like 2-3 minutes. And guys, smash up that like button if you agree with me and you're on this same kick and you're starting to realize yourself, wow, I wonder how much money I've lost trying to gamble, aka leverage trade, and bet and sports bet, and how much money have I actually made? And then if you're basically a break even or you've just been losing money, then imagine if you were to have just taken that same amount of money over the past couple of years and had just DCA'd into a split of the stock market, safe bet. You could do half split. If you had $1,000 a month and you did $500 in gold ETFs with dividend stocks and bonds and things like that, and then 50% go into Bitcoin and ETH and kind of, just the top 20 stuff in crypto, we would be way better off. And it is proven. That is facts. That's not me talking, just trying to like make me sound like I'm right. It is factual. The numbers don't lie that the people that are gambling there's 10% of the high level traders that are winning in sports betting and also in leverage trading. So why would you try and convince yourself that you're going to put yourself in the 10% while 95%, and you would think, well, I'm going to believe in myself. No, just let's go by the facts. And you need to believe in yourself that the Binance is going to destroy you. Okay. They already did on 1010 and you still haven't learned. You're still going to go and say you're going to leverage trade. And I'm sorry, but it's stupid. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's stupid. You can think it's not stupid. That's fine. That's your opinion. But I think it's at this. That was the line for me. That was the nail in the coffin for me to ever try and think that I have an edge on the sandworm, which is Binance. Sorry. I that was the nail in the coffin for me. I was like, nope, I'm going back to basics. I'm DCAing. This is bullshit.
Because you can gamble on political events. Gambling has changed. It used to be you'd lose your money on slots in Vegas, but today, not only can you do that, you can also bet on your favorite sports team, on the opening coin toss, on this individual pitch, or on all three in a parlay. You can do it from your phone, your tablet, your Apple Watch. You don't just have to gamble on sports, you can gamble on esports, on video game items, on slots with those items. You can do it in Roblox or on regular stocks, on meme stocks, gamble with calls, gamble on earning calls, gamble on calls with earning calls. You can gamble on political events, world events. You can bet if Zelensky's gonna wear a suit before July, if Jerome Powell is gonna say inflation 50 or 60 times in September. And you don't just have to gamble on that. You can gamble on crypto coins, Trump coin, Dogecoin, Fartcoin. You can gamble on the champion of Fartcoin coin, and you can gamble on any of the posts the champion of Fartcoin has ever made on whether they will become popular or not. And if none of that's your cup of tea, you can also just gamble directly within your banking app on a game of roulette, like a gentleman. And don't even get me started on the ads. If you turn on sports, esports, podcasts, not even my favorite political show is safe.
Shout out to Prize Picks, the best app to fire on sports in the game.
You will be bombarded with gambling ads by every famous person you've ever heard of.
DraftKings.
Do you see what's happening here? Makes you kind of think that it's a coordinated effort to get people to gamble, so then they lose their assets and they freaking don't realize what's been right in front of them the whole time. They can take that money and start buying and holding their assets on chain. Whoever has the supply has the power. And we are still not realizing this. Why do you think the ETH whales realize this? And they are buying up massive supplies of these meme coins right now. Even when it's bearish right now, these millionaire ETH whales are buying up supply of Wojak, Pepe, Apu, SPX 6900, ticker Bitcoin, MOG. All these coins are being accumulated right now under your nose while we're getting convinced to try and sports bet. Because look, what's the most watched media content right now? Podcasts. Podcasts like Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, and then go down the line. And what do they promote? They don't promote safe investing. They promote a gambling app.
Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook.
Uh-oh. How did we get here? And is it a good thing that we're turning every spare moment of our lives into a game of chance? I'm betting no.
So I am 100%. I'm so glad that CoffeeZilla is pointing this out, because I've been having this feeling too. And it's like and it's sad because there's thousands and thousands of people that are getting convinced that like their odds of winning is worth literally every single month spending hundreds of dollars and buying either scratch off tickets or trying to play the lotto or buying $100 scratch off tickets. Like, I see people doing it all the time, and I would love to walk up to these people and be like, how much do you spend a month on these on just chance of literally having like 0.12 chance of winning? And if you were to have put this into an investment account that's compounding interest, or start a crypto portfolio with literally just like, don't even talk about memes, don't even mention anything about memes, literally just get someone to buy Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, Litecoin, Chainlink, just, you know, top 10, top 15 stuff, and just get them to buy that and hold. Oh my gosh, just imagine. And then you teach them that, yes, the price is going to fluctuate. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. But you just don't look at it. Because the moment you sell and you start to look at it all the time, that's when that's when it kind of becomes where you're just, oh, it's a gamble, it's a scam. No, it's an investment. It's still an investment. You're being gaslit to think it's not. So you can go sports bet, so these companies can make a lot of money. And guess what? The worst part is that these companies that are sports betting and getting you and getting your money and the exchanges What are they buying with your money that you just gave them? The shit that you're supposed to buy. The stuff that you're supposed to have been buying. And do you see why? You want to know why our crypto coins could actually be pumping harder? Because there's thousands of people that think they have more of a chance to beat the freaking gambling house than to own their own money. They think that they can beat the house instead of owning their own money. That's hilarious. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, my friend. So, all right, so let's break down the actual statistics here. So we wanted to break down person A and person B. So here's what's happening right now. Person A is spending $1,000 a month on gambling, sports betting, scratch-offs. Person B is investing $1,000 a month into assets. And it just used the example as just like the S&P 500. We'll break this down over a 1 year to 5 year to 10 year to 20 years using real world averages for gambling win and loss rates and historical stock market returns. 1. Gambling's expected win-loss rate in real data, sports betting, House's Edge is a 4.5%, and then expected loss per year on a dollar bet is around 4 cents. Scratch-offs, House Edge is a 30 to 50% on the House Edge, and a weighted average of a 50-50 split, and that's 20%. So gambling net outcome, if you spent a total on a 1 year, if you're doing $1,000 a month, so that'd be $12,000 that you're spending on sports betting, scratch-offs, and whatever else. The expected average loss is around 20%, which would then would be at $2,400, and expected remaining would be $2,400. Total spent on $60,000 would be $12,000. Over a 10-year period, you'd be losing potentially over $24,000 or more if you had spent a total of $120,000. And also, it gave me a reality check of, it said 95% of gamblers lose money long term. 95% of gamblers lose money long term. Only 1 to 2%, okay? 1 to 2% are profitable. This is being in professional sports bettors with like, you know, models and all these different things that they're using. And now they've been caught cheating. So now you're not even Ragsley actually went into this even with poker. She was like, played professional poker, and now because of the level of scamming that's happening within the industry with poker and gambling in general, why would you ever now think that you're going to have a chance to win? You're now, the ratio of win to loss is like so out of whack. You just don't want to play with those odds. And then people say that crypto and investing in Bitcoin is gambling. That's what they'll say. They'll say, oh, you're in crypto, that's such a gamble. Not if you're just spot holding and you know it's an investment, you know it's the future of money. No, it's not, sir. So investing, so now here's the comparison. Investing $1,000 a month into just the S&P 500. Okay, this is just going by the historical average annual return has been 10.5% between the 1926 and 2023. This is including the dividends. But then we have to take into account the inflation rate, which has been at like adjusted inflation, real return 7%. Okay, so with that's taking in 2.5% inflation, which we know that's kind of bullshit. But the S&P though, after 2023 though, has been breaking into all-time highs because of those returns have actually been up to about 15% now. And so the risk is moderate. There's no risk. It's not like risk completely like where there's no risk involved, because we do see that the S&P 500 with, with how it's consolidated and dropped, but then we've given the example of how every time it's gone to the lows, it's rallied up another 100%, over a period of then a year or 2 years. So it's got like this bearish kind of year period, especially during a switch of balance of power, which goes into the presidential elections. A new president and an administration is put into power. Then there's usually like a kind of, it's a little volatile because there's a balance and a reshaping of power in the House and the Senate and just everywhere. And then it's usually the market gets a little bearish and then it rallies. And it's just like, it's classic. I've seen a chart that shows this, and it's just like, why do we always convince ourselves that like this is something new? It's like, this is totally the play that they always do. And this is how they shake out the weak hands. And if retail knew this, we would be oh my God. The ratio of millionaires and middle class would be so out of control that they wouldn't be able to stop us. So check this out. The vehicle is a low-cost index fund, expense ratio. You want to make sure, like, to service it, you're actually going to be, getting dividends as well. Potentially, you can split that 1,000, not just going into the S&P, but you could have it going into dividend-yielding stocks, something that's going to give you a, decent, kind of give you a little bit of yield as well. So here is the breakdown. And this is what's so like how compounding this instead of gambling where your chances are like shit, and leverage trading where, look, I leverage traded and got lucky. Let's just be honest. Like, I had a little bit of skill, I had a little bit of edge, but I'm not an expert pro trader. Like, so I'm never going to have a trading group or get you to pay for a trading group or any of that, because that'd be a false sham. I'll get you to pay for a damn education course where I'll break down my whole freaking thesis on your butt, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, pay for my trading course. No. So this is what's so fascinating. Okay. Look at this. $1,000 a month just in the S&P with the growth rate of what it was at an annualized return of 5% in 1 year. Yes, I know, big deal. Okay, $630. But guess what? You start going into year 5. You start doing this over the next few years, just with the S&P. Now you're at $78,500. You got a net gain of $18,500. You just got a 30% annualized return on investment. Now you're at the 10-year point. Now you got $206,000. Now you just got $86K. That's someone's year salary. And if you're making $40,000 or so a year, like the average salary rate right now is $45,000 a year for an average American salary, that's 2 years of salary by making your money work, not you working. And then after 20 years, just by investing $1,000 a month in the S&P 500, the boomer S&P freaking 500, where only 10 of the companies in the 500 are what's holding up the freaking S&P 500. Give me a freaking break. 20 years, you're at $760,000. Now you're getting your retirement. Now, side-by-side comparison, you're gambling. In the 20 years, you're probably going to be down $48,000. And if you were to invest and stop playing games, you'd have $520,000. Show me better numbers. Show me. That is just, what you would do if you're going to show me the better numbers, you'd show me that person split 500 into crypto. Then I bet your ass that investor would now be at $1 million. $1 million. 10 years probably at 500. And then at 15, or probably I'd even 5 years be at $1 million with this strategy. Instead of convincing yourself that you're going to beat the house, okay? So the key takeaways, your expected return by leverage trading and gambling and not investing is negative 20%, and you having no, they don't. Those numbers don't suck. Those numbers don't suck because no one even is doing that at all. So if any amount of person would start investing $1,000 in an investment account, those numbers are fantastic. Those are fantastic. That's what we have to stop. We have to stop making people feel bad that what they're doing is not enough. That's bullshit. It is enough. Someone not investing at all and gambling and then switching their mindset to then take $500 instead to invest is a massive breakthrough and is enough. That is where I know I'm going to damn dominate in this crypto space with my content, because I'm like the only one I feel like right now that is talking about this. No one else is talking about this. They're not trying to get people bullish. Most of these people on crypto right now are bearish as hell. And literally talking about data and things that no one understands. If you're retail, you don't even know what a chart is. These retail people don't know what a chart is, and crypto banter and all these people and all these big accounts that end up getting the algo first, and retail comes in and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So this is why I'm talking about this. It's very simple. Stop sports betting and stop gambling. Stop encouraging people that just learned about crypto to start leverage trading. I'm going to help them to just come in and go, what do I do? Like, okay, well, you're going to set up a wallet. You're going to find the cryptocurrencies, okay? There's a shit ton of them now. But look, you can go and look at aggregators. You can download. I'd say now that you can go and type in crypto in your app, in the app store, and then what are the top 3 apps that pop up? Test those out. See what pops up as what the trending coins are. It's usually what retail does anyway. And luckily, some of those coins that do pop up in trending are pretty strong coins, something that you could hold long term as an investment. Just because things go down doesn't mean it turns into a non-investment. People think because when the price chart goes down, like, oh shit, now it's a shit coin. So go to and you can basic. You just go to CoinMarketCap, if I can even find it. Where's it at? Did I close it? I guess I closed it. You can go to CoinMarketCap, coinmarketcap.com. You look at the top 50. What's in the top 50? Luckily, the top 50 right now has got some pretty decent stuff in here. And if you go even just right below, you can see where the narrative starts. You have Pump Fund. Then you go down that rabbit hole. That'll lead you into, if you're a retail person, you know what the heck's going on. Okay, well, there's Solana. Solana's right at the very top. And then one of some of the more popular coins that are in this top 50 are minted on Solana. And then some of those coins that are in this top 50 that are really popular are minted on Ethereum. Then you start to kind of think, wow, I could hold Ethereum, I could hold Solana, then I could hold the things that are on top of these networks. And then you see privacy coins in here. You got Monero, you got Zcash, you got your layer 1s, your layer 2s, your DEXs, your DeFi protocols. Then you have all the stable coins that are inside of that top 50 as well. You start to learn about the stable coins and why stable coins are important to learn how to use and which ones are going to be the most, at least the safest ones, stable ones. Retail doesn't even know what the hell a stable coin is. We gotta level up, guys. Come on. All the content is so geared just like CoffeeZilla saying, to try and get people to be, it's like, I don't want to make my content be bearish and to make people come into crypto and be like, yeah, no, I want to break your freaking brain and crack your skull open into cracking you out of the matrix to where you can start thinking, wow, like I actually can have free control over my money, and it's going to just open up a whole new perception of what you've been doing and what the kind of system you've been in this whole time. It's pretty fascinating. It doesn't have to be that complicated, and what we did is made it very complicated by getting convinced of you know, letting our dopamine control us. And it's like, that's never going to end well. So look, you're going to build up your portfolio, okay? 60, 30, 10. You're going to find the 60% of what your conviction is like super strong, and you really just want to have most of your money in that. 30% going down the line of a little bit more risky mid cap, low cap stuff. 10% red light district degen meme, whatever, something that your friend texted you in a Telegram group, whatever. But that's just that's the best way that you can have your allocation. Then you're going to learn about what are the top digital wallets that you can download on your phone, that you can have on your web browser, that you can have in a cold storage or hot wallet. The difference between a hot wallet is that it's just hot. You can send it. It's more easily accessible, and it's to where you can move your money. It's hot. Cold means it's like you want it on the device like this, like it's like an actual like hardware wallet. And it's a little bit more like locked up, secure. You're not really like you're not trying to trade with your cold storage crypto. This is like your retirement, like don't touch it, cold storage. You want to have all this stuff set up and have like a lot of, you know, kind of it diversified around, because it's that term of not having all your eggs in one basket. So I would definitely start experimenting with that and figuring out where and how you're going to hold your crypto, because it's yours. It's yours. It's not the exchanges. It's your crypto. Don't ever forget that. It's your freaking crypto. It's yours. It's not theirs. And Binance and all these companies seem to forget that. They're like, it's our freaking crypto. Like, And the fact that they've manipulated us so much and have taken a lot of our crypto away from us, and then, you know, it's our fault. We deposited it in there. You know, they didn't make us. They tricked us. That's the difference. They tricked us into thinking we needed them the whole time. We don't need their ass. Yeah, remember, like, as long as the network is open, we can buy it, right? We can hold it. We don't need to deposit it into an exchange. So just remember that. Now, the third most important step of success. How long are you going to hold it? And when are you going to take profits? The most important thing in this whole step process. What is your HODL strategy? It's going to be a little different than the next person. Maybe your portfolio is already at like a 5x. Maybe your portfolio that you had an edge on, you've been holding it for 2-3 years and it's up 5x. Then right now, you could be in a position to like hedge, take profit, and then put it into something super stable, like what we just broke down on with the comparison. Instead of gambling it and being like, oh, let me now leverage trade this into the ground. No, you take that and then compound it and invest it, okay? I will tell you where I massively screwed up, and I could have done this with like a very boomer mentality and also a new age mentality at the same time, but instead convinced myself that, oh, I'm going to continue to get lucky in trading, and the market humbled my ass very much so very quickly. And I got 2 different accounts up to $10,000. That's pretty good. Not many people can do that. I'm very like I was like, whoa, I actually did it. 2 different accounts, starting from like $100, got them to 10K. $100. And then primarily trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think Pepe. I was like, I only traded like 3 coins basically. And I was able to get it up there. I think maybe I veered off a little bit, but it was very much just by just trading those. And so, but where I went wrong is not literally just being like, wow, I just like fast tracked 10K. I should have taken that 10K, hindsight's 20, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that stuff. But it's great that I've did this because now it's like I really know. Taking that 10K, and I could have literally just bought gold. Like I literally could have just bought $10,000 of gold, and I would have 2x'd on just gold. I literally would have 2x'd on just gold. And I even was looking at gold and seeing how it was like looking very parabolic. I could have even bought some silver. I could have literally done the most boring thing ever. But then what we get convinced is that, oh yeah, I'm going to then now take that 10K. Now I'm going to make it another 20K in crypto. Wrong. No, if you did it that fast, get it the hell out and then make it work slowly now. Because you just did it like really fast. You got a speed run. It's just like in Diablo or in World of Warcraft, you got speed ran by a character and you didn't really like learn how to fight. You didn't really learn how to do the quest. You just got sped run through. So then when you try and go and do it again, you have no experience and you just get cooked, even though you got your character sped run. So it's the same damn thing. So what you have to do is go, whoa, let me back up. And now let me go and just like play the slow game of accumulation and compound interest because I'm high off the casino. And what do they do? Just like I explained in the beginning, what does the house do? You win. You come back in and you stay longer. You don't leave. And what do? They take the money back. Okay? They take the money back. You give your gains all the way back to the market. And only, just like we pointed out, less than 10% of people are able to stay longer and leave profitable. Because maybe 50% or more came in and did make money, but now they got convinced, oh, I can do this again. No. Stop fooling yourself. Whatever helps you sleep at night, sir, but whatever. I'm going to sleep a lot better getting myself out of that stupid cycle. So this is the most you want alpha? Here's your alpha. That's the alpha. There's no, like, you could watch Benjamin Cohen, you can watch Crypto Banter, you can watch all the traders on YouTube, you can watch all that shit all day. But at the end of the day, you want to know the alpha? Right here. This stupid, very like 3-step document that has less than 300 words on it. This is all you need. This is it. And belief. It's all you need. You don't need to pay for an indicator. You don't need to pay for a private trading group. You don't need to pay for anything. Save your money and start DCAing into freaking crypto. And stop playing around. It's time to lock in, my friends. All right? It's time to stop playing the games and lock in. Stop thinking that everything is a bet in a gambling ring. They even got Thread Guy, the plant thread, the plant fed for crypto. If you ever want to know a perfect example, I will believe this until you come on my live stream, Thread Guy. If you don't come on my live stream, you're fed. And they get the look. Polymarket sponsors, quote, the biggest live stream in crypto. They're not going to sponsor me because I'm telling you to stop gambling. I guess I miss out on that contract, but guess what? I'll get another one. I'll get the one that's going to encourage people to start railing their freaking crypto, their fiat shit currency onto the actual chain of crypto instead of gambling all the time. And if you guys don't like it, go watch another live stream. Go get dopamine hits from someone else. You're not going to get it from me like that. So that's all I got to say, because I'm tired of the games, man. I'm so tired of it, because it's like, if anything, this industry will try and extract your emotions first, capital second. You got to believe in something. So if you're going to start on this DCA journey, what you get, hey, I still, even though people are flooding MetaMask, it's how you got to learn. These retail people are going to come in and still need to learn. I still think the two things that I would tell them to download, MetaMask and Phantom Wallet. And then you can experiment sending back and forth between those two wallets. And then you get your friend to download both of those too. And then you start sending money back and forth between each other. And you're like, oh, some networks have like different fees. I can use this network if I want to. And you just start playing with it. That's how we're going to get people in crypto. You teach them that it's frictionless freaking internet money. And you don't have to it's just, come on. This is what it's about. So if you want to, onboard your normie friends, send them to my profile and send them to Dano Crypto at Dano Crypto 904. I have the first pinned message is for them to check out MetaMask. And I'll farm this. I don't care, because then it's going to get people to go, oh, I can like hold Ethereum on here. I can hold some Solana now. I have all these different networks. I can buy these coins. It could start like to bridge around. That's what we need to be doing. That's what we need to be doing. So check this out. I have a referral code for it. Get your normie friends on here to get on and start experimenting with blockchain and crypto. Before Bank of America ends up having crypto on their banking app. If you end up being a person that has not gone into crypto yet and experimented with it before Bank of America does, you lost the damn plot. You lost the plot. Massively. Okay? Think about how bad that is, that you got convinced that crypto was a beanie baby, and now Bank of America has a crypto app and has incorporated all crypto stuff into their banking platform. And they built a application using Ethereum. But I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to have to explain to your wife. But you better start learning. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. We are going to be, we did start pretty early. We started at 10. And reason being, we got early release today for the schools. So, and it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. Halloween feels, it kind of does feel a little different this year. Halloween feels different. It's like it kind of just got like brushed over a little bit. Like we're like, yeah, Halloween. I think people are ready to go into Christmas to kind of hopefully feel some kind of Christmas joy. Yeah, so people are already like, all right, so like we putting the decorations up tomorrow for Christmas. My wife was saying. That's funny. But yeah, we hope you have a good time today. If you're going to like any parties or something, you're trick-or-treating with your kids, just be safe. Make sure you don't, if you're wearing like dark clothes and like really dark like costumes and outfits, put a damn reflector on your ankle or something. You know, just make sure you're super safe out there. Just do all the stuff to make sure you're taking care of your family and you have some fun. Yeah. Okay, I think we covered at least a little bit of what we wanted to. There's really, with the price action of Bitcoin, I mean, we told you they were going to fill that damn gap. They filled the gap on Bitcoin, all matched up with the leverage being flushed with Binance, and you know, it isn't just Binance. Binance definitely has the highest volume, but Bybit's doing it, OKX is doing it. If you go into Wintermute or Cumberland or whatever these clearing houses for market makers, and you know, wherever they want to wash trade our tokens, you think they're sending their own, they're sending some of their coins, and then they're sending customer funds into Wintermute, and then they dump it, liquidate the longs, then they send in fresh USDT that they just made by selling it, and then they buy it up again. So why don't you just do that? Why don't you guys just start doing that? Why don't you do that, but with DCAing? That's what I'm doing. Instead of trying to beat them with leverage, I'm going to beat them by DCAing and accumulating and not using their platform. That's how I'm going to beat them. How else can I beat them? I ain't going to join them. I'm not going to join them like Jake Gagan and everyone else that's literally like, feel like they're like they freaking swallowed the Binance pill, got injected with some like freaking shill serum, some bullshit. But yeah, so the gap was filled. Let's go to the 4 hour. If you want to know how the CME works, the CME futures on Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and I think now XRP has a CME. But what it does is it only trades Monday through Friday. That probably will stop once the CME is tokenized, and then you can literally like just trade the CME all through the weekend. But they have to keep some stuff like, you know, boomerfied. So Monday through Friday. On Friday, if any orders, which caused by the order books not being filled completely, there creates a gap. Okay? Creates a gap. And so that gap, 90% of the time, probably even 95% of the time, gets filled. So it got filled right here, and it went even lower. But when we said this, it's usually could fill and bounce, but if it doesn't fill and bounce, then you have to look where the lower, like where the other support was. So a lot of this is really like, you don't need a bunch of indicators, fancy indicators. You just need to learn support and resistance, and a lot of this can be revealed in the 4 hour charts, a lot more like bigger time frames. Like you go in the 4 hour, the daily, you can see like support here at a double bottom sent us up to the all-time highs initially. And then you can see even here another double bottom of support. And that also correlated with the support resistance flip right here, because you see this was resistance, but then it turned into support then 4 different times, 3 different times. Resistance 2 times, support 3 times, which sent it up into all-time highs. Okay, so now if that was the case of filling the gap here, and then we went down and now we have support all right here, was that it? Possible. Looks like a nice W that could be forming. We have Luna. What is that? Lunar Beaches Crypto. Let's go. I like that name. Lunar Beaches Crypto. I like your logo too. That's super cool. Says, good morning, Dano. Mad love, my dude. I appreciate your passion for the industry and the people. Hey, I appreciate you. Well, no, I get passionate and sometimes a little like about this because like I've talked about crypto and have made content and have done this now for years, and a lot of the times not making any money. And I still am just as bullish and just as like passionate about it, making a little money now. And I get even more like just jazzed up about this because I feel like I'm onto something. Like I've told my people, like the dojo crew, like all the people that watch this channel, like I know you guys feel it too. Like you feel like you are onto something. But sometimes I feel like we kind of like hold ourselves back. We will be convinced to be bearish. And I want to help to like empower, like motivate, like really get people inspired, and not just to start getting into crypto, but to start to do a budget, like start to know how much money you're spending, learn more about money, learn about like the mortgage rates and what's happening with the housing market and how it correlates with the feds, how like the job markets, all this stuff. Like I want to break it all down to then get people to get inspired to learn about it, not to lose hope and to think like all hope is lost. Like I want people to start to get on an investment journey. Because everyone who has done this and started to double down and really take it seriously has changed their life. They've changed their life. And so what I'm seeing, and I'm so glad that CoffeeZilla is so funny. I didn't even see CoffeeZilla's video. I freaking already had this plan to talk about how we should stop gambling. And I went to the timeline and perfectly timed, CoffeeZilla is talking about the same damn thing. So that's what I'm passionate about. And in this, you guys will make money. You will make money. Not by like the coins that I'm talking about. It's not like that. It's not financial advice. I'm a motivator. I want to motivate you to whatever you find. You believe in it and you freaking double down. And you have a thesis. That's what I want. That's what I want. And you will be rich from that. You will be rich because I inspired you to go and try out your business idea. Go at action. Like go stop talking. Go do it. That's what I want. That's how you're going to make money. Not by my alpha calls, not by my trading setups, but by me pumping your ass up. That's how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to be successful. You're going to stop making excuses and you're going to stop blaming other people and you're going to take accountability and you're going to hit the fucking rubber on the damn road. That's what you're going to do. Put some W's in the chat. Put some Wojacks in the chat, baby. Some W's. How about a Wojak? Put a Wojak in the chat. If you're not a member of the channel, what are you doing? Because you could post Wojacks, Doges, Bitcoins, Pepes, MetaMask, Sprotos, and Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Enus, and we still have a Red Kev. Shout out to Red Kev. Shout out to the people that are watching on X as well. Hopefully the people that normally watch my channel at 11 are gonna come in, and because we're gonna go till about 11:30. And that's when we'll be stopping. But let's go. And like shout out to Lunar Beaches. Let's pull up Lunar Beaches crypto. Let's go to this channel. Nice. Yeah, so all right, let's go. You're grinding. Lunar Beaches crypto. Oh, I know. Okay, I know you. Okay, yes. No, I know exactly who you are. Why am I not subscribed? What the heck? Okay. Yes, I've seen your live stream. Yes, I remember seeing your live stream pop up. We're going to put one on.
Coming to the upside on the USDT dominance. So this could just...
Got a nice little trading band. Let's go. Showing some setups. I like that. I like that indicator on the bottom there. What are you running there?
Here.
What is that indicator you're running?
Here.
I think that looks kind of like the Piper Academy one. Or what they use. Where'd it go?
Sellers. complex correction.
It was that bottom. It was that bottom indicator.
But
Oh,
my
did
count
he?
may have been wrong.
All right, everyone go right now and subscribe to Lunar Beaches Crypto. Lunar Beaches Crypto. All right. Yeah, let me see this. Let me see this post. Hold on. I gotta copy it. Copy current address. No. What the heck? You gotta tag me in this. He bought a Sproto? Let's go! I'm about to go and find. I gotta find stuff to sell to buy Sproto right now. The damn floor is way too juicy right now. It's insane. Oh, that nice. I am now Sproto. Get out of here. Let's go. Dude, we're about to fly, man. You guys have no idea. Like, it says this is what you gotta just like. I don't care what it is. Pick a community, pick a ticker, pick whatever the heck it is, and just like believe in something. Because this is what is fun. I love it. It's like, because this is what I'm so excited to see how these things are gonna play out over the next few years. I mean, it's just gonna be wild. You have no idea how massively early we are. I mean, we're so early. This is amazing. Let's go. Jesse is playing. He knows. He's understanding the plot. He's playing along. Let's go. All right, we gotta look at this. We gotta look and see what's happening. Yeah, I know the floor is gonna get destroyed now. Now the floor is gonna freaking just. Oh, so we went through Gluttony's. So we found the wallet that holds $650,000 of ticker Bitcoin, basically 10 million tickets. 10 million tickets exactly at 614,000. Okay, they're planning to like turn this into another couple of million. If you don't know this. Okay, look. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. We looked at his Sprotos that he has, and he has 6 Sprotos. This one I really liked. I hadn't seen one like this that has like the purple hair. That one's super cool. I like the purple hair. The one that obviously I want, the one that I've been eyeing is someone bought it, so I have to literally buy it from him. He's not attached to it, which is great. Like I immediately DM'd him. They found who it was, and I DM'd him, and I was like, why'd you buy my Sproto? And he was like, I'll sell it to you, you know, for 10 ETH. And I was like, no. I like this guy. This guy's cute. I like that guy. I like it. Any of them that are like this, because this is what I stand like. I stand like this. What chain? ETH, baby. The best chain in the world. Ethereum. The one that everyone fuds just because Solana's good as well. They're like, well, then Ethereum must be bad. Okay. Yeah, just like how Microsoft and Apple, it's the same damn thing. ETH is Microsoft, Solana's Apple. I use both. I'm on a PC right now, and I use Apple products, okay? Yeah. Did you forget that you can use both? People are so tribalist with this crap. Ooh, look at the purple background. Yo, with the boil? With the freaking boil? Look at that. This one's cool. I like this one. I like this one. This one's dope. There's some really good Sprotos for sale right now. We got suit Sprotos. We got boils. We got hands on the hips Sprotos. These are good. I like these. Yeah, I just think it's crazy like that the market and CT, like crypto Twitter will make you think ETH is dead. Like, I love Marty Party. Marty Party, I promote him all the time. Like, I love his analysis, but like he's so like bearish ETH because of the software. He's like, well, because software doesn't lie, bro. And I'm like, but why are the institutions buying ETH and setting up the staking and doing all this stuff, and they're still gonna pick ETH? Why are you bearish ETH? Do you know why? Because he's mega bullish soul. He's like soul. He's like, abandon it. He said, abandon ship. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to say, no. Like, I'm going to be bullish soul, and I'm going to be bullish ETH. I'm more bullish ETH for my meme coin bags, okay? I just know that when ETH does a true 2-3x, it literally, like, ETH has been a, let's just be honest, it's been a clown show. ETH has been a clown show, okay? But look, it has not truly broken out into all-time highs. It has not broken out into all-time highs truly. We're literally in just a giant bull flag. You can consider this a daily giant bull flag that's about to break out and go to $7,400. Now, this is a worst case scenario. Best case scenario, we actually go and crush up to the 618, the second 618, okay? BNB already did this. They freaking sold out the entire altcoin space to pump up their own chain. Assholes. Look, why ETH is just buy ETH, okay? Don't get fooled. ETH is going to go and do a 2-3x from where it's at right now, and everyone's going to get sidelined. Okay, then they're going to say, oh, Soul, see, you should have got a Soul. Art Chick will say, see, I told you, blah, blah, blah. And that's literally only an 80% move to the upside. You don't think ETH can do 80%? Come on. You don't think ETH in a bull market, before altcoin seasons even happened, you don't think ETH can just do even just a 2x? Give me a freaking break. Come on. Give me a freaking break. Speaking of that, give me a break. Another rug pull, stupid extraction thing is happening right now on the timeline with James Wynn. I'll just remind you to stay away from these people. I think I blocked him already. That's why he won't pop up. James Wynn. Yeah, I blocked him. Yes. This is what you should do too. Very important to block people that are trying to constantly extract at every moment that they can breathe. And then you see these same people in a spaces right here, where these spaces always get put in front of you because that's how X works sometimes, is they want you to get extracted instead of pushing my content, which is trying to get you to get away from these people and stop leverage trading and start believing in something, a DCA, and actually think crypto is an investment and not a scam. Everything's a scam. Just get in the one that seems more of like less of a scam than to get scammed to the upside. If the Federal Reserve is an ultimate scam of Ponzi, then what do you do? What the hell do you do? But yeah, point I'm pointing this out is that there's a thing called KitKat. You're probably going to see it. You're probably going to see it on the timeline. You're going to see something called KitKat or some stupid crap. Don't buy it. It's an extraction. And it's from, if you see any of those people around these projects, run far away. Run far, far away. Word of advice. All right, my friends. That's super cool. So let's go to where's Jesse Sproto? I totally just like went right freaking, I just lost it. Where did it go? What the heck? I'm gonna have to go back. What do you have against the art? This is the out of any collection, all other collections, they just copy each other. They have all these stupid traits. Like, it's like the same thing. It's like the D gods and the apes and all those things, the zombies, the whatever they are, the even the miladies and all that stuff. They're all like trait copying each other. The Sprotos is the most original collection. Let's just be honest. It is the most original collection in terms of it being very much set apart from everything else. There's no traits. They're very unique. And I feel like very much so when these things pop up on the timeline, it looks a lot better than getting rated by some other community. Let's just be honest. Very much more colorful. All right. I think that's all we're going to cover today. I think that's it. I don't think we need to cover anything else. We did have a couple of screenshots we did want to show you from the Tom Lee presentation that we pulled up yesterday, and let's see, maybe we can pull those up real quick. Hell yeah, I'm bullish. Why would I be bearish right now? What's going on? John 3:16. Where? Okay. I'm just trying to open up these pictures. Oh, there. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Now that works. Perfect. Okay, check this out. So in 2025, real world becoming digital is not, it's not like this pipe dream. It's not like, oh yeah, no, it's literally everything's going on chain, everything's going digital. Why wouldn't you invest in the networks that they're going to be built on? Makes no sense. So 2025 is find digital store of value, Bitcoin, create market for digital assets, Ethereum. Wall Street's building over here. And this is macro research. This is Fundstrat. These are not my slides. This is very interesting of what they talk about the prior labor shortage, which saw a surge in technology spending. So every time we've had a labor shortage, which is happening right now, we've had a boom in tech growth. And each time it's been up, every time it just goes parabolic. So this is the shortage of labor, and then the growth of the tech from 20. So we're starting from 2015 here at the bottom, and if it has the same growth of an average between, so it's median in it, just from 100 basis points of 170 basis points to 190 basis points from this bottom going into 2045, we should continue to see exponential growth, even with shortage of labor. Then you start to see how the first time since 1973 we've had a labor shortfall, which we have the population decreasing with the shortage of labor actually going down over time since 2020 and going into 2054. So with that, also the 25 largest stocks in the world, only 4 of them are non-USA. 25 largest stocks in the world, only 4 are non-USA. The Genius Act sets the stage for a stablecoin boom. We've talked about the stablecoin super cycle. We think this is correlated with all those people with the labor shortage of people losing their jobs. States need to be able to mint stablecoins to issue to people that don't have a job. That's going to be the, quote, socialist programs that are going to be running in each state. Agree with it or not, that's actually probably going to keep people from literally rioting and committing crimes and getting and selling drugs and having to work 7 jobs or try to find 7 jobs that don't exist because AI and everything is completely taken over. That's going to happen in 2 years. Why do you think the stablecoin legislation is happening the way that it is? It's because the states are going to need, instead of it being a stimulus check from fiat currency, it's going to be a stablecoin minted by the state. And it's going to be issued on an app where the person is going to get the stablecoin. I'm predicting it right freaking here, my friends. I already predicted enough on this channel. You should already been watching. That's what the stablecoin super cycle is. It's to issue in a type of universal basic income for people at a certain income level that don't have a job. They're going to get $2,000 a month of a stablecoin. Just watch. I think that this is what the legislation is. If you realize that that's what the whole Genius Act is, opens a new frontier for crypto innovation, establishing clear federal regulatory framework while preserving a strong state pathway for stablecoin issuance. Defines a payment stablecoin as a digital asset used for payment or settlement that is pegged to a fixed monetary value. Aims to improve transaction efficiency, expand financial inclusion, and strengthen the dollar's supremacy as the world reserve currency. Okay, we could know that. Establishes clear procedures for institutions seeking licenses to issue stablecoins, implements reserve requirements, and light touch, tailored regulated standards for stablecoin issuers, meaning that it applies the Federal Reserve's regulatory framework, which means you have to have a certain type of treasury and a certain amount of reserve to be able to mint the coin to begin with. But that's what the states are working on. Why do you think they're going to have legislation for the states to hold Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's going to be part of the treasury for the stablecoin to be pegged. New money system. Allows state regulation for issuers with less than 10 billion in market capitalization, provides a waiver process for issues exceeding the 10 billion threshold to remain state regulated, establishes supervisory examination and enforcement regimes with clear limitations. Doesn't mean everyone can get to do it. No, you have to have like 10 billion in market capitalization. And if you do, so you get what's happening here. It's, oh my gosh. This is why I'm so bullish on crypto. I hope I'm making sense. It's just because this is my ultimate theory. Okay, so this is my theory. It's my tinfoil hat theory of what's happening here and why we need to be on. We need to be on the ball here. Retail in the world is being led into gold. BRICS is buying gold. Nation states are buying gold. Retail is lining up to buy gold, and the U.S. has been stealing gold, confiscating gold, and holding gold for centuries. We don't just have gold in Fort Knox. We have gold at Mount Rushmore. We have gold in Fort Knox. We have gold at every 12 district federal bank through the certificates. We got a shit ton of gold, my friends. What are you thinking? So, and what's been the world hedge of the US dollar debasing? And treasuries and bonds being crap. No one wants to buy them. Guess what? It was purposefully done. We're purposefully killing the dollar, knowing that we have $37 trillion in debt that has to be paid off. And how do we do it? Through the Bitcoin standard. It's through the Bitcoin standard. The only way it doesn't become the mark of the beast, John, is that it can't. It can't be confiscated, frozen, or taken away from you. It has to be sound money. It has to be that, because if Bitcoin is going to be actually the sound money, and it has more of a principle of not being evil than being evil, then I'm on a different school of thought with that. I'm a little bit more hybrid, you know, where I think there are things that are looking a little bit like that, like UK, that is Mark of Beast, like digital ID. We're going to have our own, like, central bank digital currency linked to it. China's already doing this. China's already doing it. They're like way ahead of the game. They got it all figured out over there with the social credit score. But this is what's, I think, the government's doing. They're purposely killing the dollar to make the world go into gold. We sell gold at all-time highs. Gold retraces, and it's not going to like fully lose its value, obviously. I mean, gold is just going to have that still appeal of just like 50% vanity of selling. So gold will just kind of hold its value in terms of that, but not for debasing currency. Like debasing currency, it's going to be Bitcoin. So we're going to accumulate Bitcoin and hold it for 20 years to then rebase and devalue our own debt to then pay it off. I kind of want to be a part of that. And so we need to start to think about this as a potential setup. And instead of being gaslit out of Bitcoin or out of crypto and out of these payment rails and investing in the new networks that are going to run the world, I think this is what's happening. All right, so and what I think is going to happen with Pepe, my thesis on Pepe still stands. If Pepe doesn't survive, no meme coin is going to survive. Okay? If Pepe doesn't succeed, the OG 69/420 contract of Pepe doesn't survive, then no meme is going to survive. Okay? I still believe that. So when Pepe breaks parabolic all-time highs with ETH going to all-time highs, because we know that these coins connected with ETH liquidity is so strong that these things go up thousands of %, even with ETH only going up 20%, okay? So my thesis on Pepe is that it will trade into the channel and break all-time highs. 100%. Like, I'm going to bet on it. and from there, holding Pepe, where everyone's trying to convince you to be so bearish crypto, that's a 5x. Just trading back up to the channel. So this is kind of how I'm positioning myself in terms of like the memes. Like I posted it I posted it yesterday. So this is what I'm kind of paying attention to right now in terms of memes. Wojak on ETH, Pepe on ETH, Apu on ETH, because I think, I definitely think that when Pepe pumps, we'll see Apu as the second. This kind of is, the second largest Pepe community. They would hate for me to say that, but it's just, sorry, just the truth. Mog, that probably has the most normie potential of like kids knowing about Mog. That's why I like Mog. It's the Pit Viper glasses Mog culture. Like that's just like, I feel like that is pretty strong. Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu is my favorite. It's just, that's what I like. It's the schizo mashup of my brain in a coin. With the Sprotos, we've gone into the thesis. SPX 6900 literally was created from someone that was gambling in the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu casino, created this and got inspired to do SPX 6900. And a lot of the holders of these coins right here, all are SPX 6900 holders, like Morad, and they're all holding these in massive balances. Brett, I still have the same thesis on Brett, and I'm starting to buy Brett again, just buying back in. I still think Brett has a chance to be the base, mascot. I still believe that. Ponky, I still have a soft spot for Ponky. I don't know what it is. If you call it a forced meme or whatever the hell it is, or you think it's controlled, Ponky, I discovered it before it was quote a forced meme. I discovered it way early back, like I think all of us like when I discovered Bonk. So that's why I still and I had a very good thesis on Ponky, and it actually came true. It actually hit exactly. I called Ponky on some of the all-time highs like to a freaking T. So I still have a strong, a soft spot for Ponky, and this is on Sol. Shiba, I still think, is with the community and the ETH whales, they hold SHIB. They just do. And then that combines with when Doge goes and hits $1, SHIB is well to follow to pump in all-time highs. Doge is going to have, it already has the ETF. It's got X payments behind it. It's got things happening in the ecosystem. It's kind of like an OG relic meme coin that I don't say you should, but it's just like part of the culture. Going to the dog memes down, the most popular dog meme on Bitcoin is called dog. So I don't have any. I have no dog, but I think I'm going to buy some. Then Rage Guy, I just recently was seeing all the controversy about Rage Guy. I like the Wojak Pepe 4chan OG meme, like Reddit, like lore. And if there's a contract and a crypto that ends up connecting with it, we've just seen what it does. Look what Pepe did. Look what some of these OG memes have done, like Wojak. They have done really well. And if you were able to catch them at certain points of quote fear and bearishness, and then ride them up into the euphoric points, which always happen, you would have been able to clip thousands of dollars off of each of these coins, which all the whales have done already, but they're about to do it again. So, and you can only do that again with strong coins that have lasting power. So with Rage Guy, I was like, all right, I'm curious about this. What's up with the contract lore? The contract lore is that there was a bunch of PvP Rage Guys, which happens with every coin that's going to have something strong with it. People are going to PvP the crap out of it. There's going to be 17 million contracts. You're not going to know which one's the right one. Pepe was the same thing. There was like a bunch of different Pepes coming out, but what kept Pepe strong, and I agree with Ragsy on this, was the 69 in the contract. And then the supply, 420 trillion supply. So it's in the freaking contract. Why would you pick? That's the strong narrative. So it's that's how you pick it. So Rage Guy, this particular one on Sol, has the whole thing about Rage Guy is he goes F you. He's like, and so the F you is in the contract. It's in the contract. Look. V7SFU. It's in the contract. So, I mean, there you go. It could go to 0. It could pump. I have no idea. But the lore's in the contract. So I'm curious about it. What else? And Bonk. Bonk, I found really early. Early to where I bought like $25 of it, I think, and then ended up selling it because I was moving around on Sol too much. And then Bonk ended up being one of the biggest airdrop tokens and biggest pump on Sol for a dog coin. I could have made $1 million on Bonk. I literally could have made $1 million on Bonk. I could have made hundreds of thousands of dollars on Bonk, on Brett, on Pepe, on Wojak, and on Ticker Bitcoin. I had enough capital to have put in there, but I didn't freaking do it. I didn't do it. I didn't double down. The only difference between me and Ragsy is she freaking doubled down. She tripled down. She saw it and was like, I gotta unload the truck on this. I unloaded like a couple $100 on each thing. And then kind of made like 1,000 or 2,000, whatever, made massive gains still, but you got to put size in these damn things. That's what counts. And that's when DCA comes into play. That's how you get $1,000 or $2,000 into each of these coins. And if I were to get $2,000 into each of these coins right here as a base meme portfolio of what I think is the strongest, you're able to hold through that pain, able to hold through the volatility. Holy crap. So that's what I'm focusing on currently right now. A lot of this is what I've been bullish on for a few years already. Some of them being newer, like Rage Guy, like the dog meme on Bitcoin, and yeah. So I feel pretty good, and some of these I don't even own yet. Some of these I haven't even started buying yet. Like but I started buying back Brett. I've been building up my bag of ticker Bitcoin. I have 0 Mog, 0 Apu. I have a little bit of Pepe, but I have some Wojak. But I'm starting to build up my bags again. You know, I'm starting to build it back up. But yeah, that's how I'm going into at least my meme bags, and then like just the straight up just OG conviction is just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon. Those are the other things that I'm wanting to hold, just strong. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but this is my thesis. This is like, I feel very strong about this thesis because I 100% fumbled multiple bags, like multiple 6-figure opportunities. I just jacked up, It's absolutely not, Headband. It's not. I'm not shilling. You don't have to buy these. You can but literally, let's just be honest. The most money was made through those meme pumps. If you were one of those retail people that got dumb lucky and started buying Doge and all those things and DCAing, you made a freaking killing. People give Slum Doge Millionaire a hard time, but that dude just doubled down and look what happened. But the whole thing was like he should, he probably could have sold a little bit, but he did. We all know he eventually did, but him just kind of DCAing that Doge every dip, it did pay off. Way better than Chainlink. At least with Doge, we had a few other pumps after that, but geez, Chainlink, gosh, Link Marines are in the actual trench. So I don't know. I'm just going back to basics, man. I'm going back to basics. Going right back to basics. Going back to the basics, my friends. And with that portfolio, get the, just figure out what you like. I mean, this is like the stuff that I like: Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, Kronos. Like someone said, why are you, they're like, Kronos isn't bullish. I was like, well, that's what you might think that. But for me, I was bullish Crow before any Trump involvement. I was bullish Crow before any Trump announcement of a treasury. I made Crow videos 2.5 years ago. So I have my thesis why I think Crow is bullish. And then Ticker Bitcoin was like one of the memes that it made me laugh. It was just that I was like, wow, this is actually a meme. I'm like, all the other memes seem kind of forced. This one is an actual meme. That's why I like it. Polygon was how I got my blockchain start, like how I, got into DeFi. I think Polygon's still a great choice. AVAX is like a Swiss Army knife of crypto. It's got the gaming ecosystems, it's got the institutional treasury stuff, That's why I like AVAX, and AVAX is fast too. Like if you used AVAX and have synth on the C chain that with your EVM, it's fast. Super fast. XYO, I'm kind of on the fence with XYO, man. I think a good potential for what they're doing. But it's just a gamble. It's just like any altcoin, you have to be willing for it to go to zero, or hopefully it can work out for you. I'm holding the XL1 layer 1 that they just launched. I'm going to see what happens. This is you have to take the gamble. You just don't know. That's why when you do this, you are going to hold 10, 15, maybe coins, because half of them could go to zero. And hopefully 1 or 2 of them will pull a 10x, because then it'll just recuperate any of the losses that you acquired. But you only lose when you sell. You only lose when you sell. Pepe, already gave you the thesis. Arbitrum, it's a questionable one. Arbitrum for a layer 2. I think if out of all the layer 2s that have kind of done shit, this one at least has done the best out of all of them. Wojak gave you the thesis already. Dogecoin already gave you the thesis. Immutable X is part of the gaming ecosystem thesis, where I think if any crypto game is going to want to be successful, they're going to need a ecosystem or an infrastructure to help them build. Immutable does that. So you just invest in Immutable, blanket for crypto games to get help. Orca is a bet on Solana going to $1,000. And when Solana goes to $1,000, Orca and Radium and Jupiter and any DEX thing is going to pump. That's not a hope and a dream and a prayer. It happened already. Your job is to get them at the bearish ultimate lows and then hold them until they get to $10, $15, which they do. We've seen it happen before. It's not uncommon. Brett gave you the thesis already. I still think it's going to be the main pick of base for a mascot. We'll see. I could be totally wrong. Medieval Empires is one of my favorite crypto games that actually is very, very playable. Can be very addicting. If you like RTS strategy stuff, it's cool. Utility with the token, play to earn, but also you can stake it. XL1 is the XYO layer 1. Ponky, told you I got a soft spot for Ponky because I found it before any of the KOLs or whoever people on Twitter were talking about it. So I found it on my own. Nakamoto Games is like very much low cap, very like speculative, like low play for crypto gaming for a dashboard. Very much more like other like Asia. This is more like an Asian play for crypto gaming. Not a lot of US people know about it, but that could be my edge. Optimism, that's kind of a garbage layer 2 for Ethereum compared to Arbitrum, but they kind of do the same thing. I'm just curious about both of them because who knows? Who knows? But that's kind of what I've been paying attention to. Also TON, I'm pretty bullish on the TON ecosystem too with the Telegram wallet. Yeah, I just want to just hold this stuff. I just want to get as much crypto as I possibly can, and we'll be good to go. All right, that's all I got for today, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Share this live stream with someone that you love. Share it with a friend. Share it with your grandma, your meemaw, your peepaw, whoever. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Peace out.